your go-to English podcast for learning English and leveling up your life. I'm Erin.
And I'm Evan. So glad you're here with us today. Erin, how's your week been?
Honestly, it's been one of those weeks. My phone battery died right in the middle of an important call. I missed my stop on the metro, and for a second, I just wanted to scream into the void. But instead, I paused, took a breath, and reminded myself, this is how you build strength, right in the middle of chaos.
Exactly. That's the kind of strength we're diving into today. Not physical strength, not talent, but mental strength. The kind that doesn't crumble when life pushes you around.
So hey, if you've ever felt like you fall apart too easily, or you're tired of second-guessing yourself, and you're ready to show up with more calm, more focus, and real power, then this episode is definitely for you.
We're sharing 8 powerful tools that'll help you build a mindset so strong, people will start noticing. They might not be able to put it into words, but they'll feel it. It's that kind of energy.
And if you're learning English while you're growing mentally, good news. We've created a free downloadable PDF just for you. It includes comprehension questions, grammar practice, and all the key ideas from today's talk so you can follow along and get even more out of this episode. Check the link in the description to grab it.
And stick around till the end, because Charlotte is back with her vocabulary breakdown. She'll go over some of the more advanced words and phrases we use today. So even if something sounds tricky right now, don't worry, she'll explain it in simple terms.
All right, let's jump into it. We're starting with the first and most powerful shift, the mindset that changes everything.
You know, if there's one thing that separates mentally strong people from the rest, it's this. They don't expect life to be easy. Like, not even a little bit. They expect setbacks. They prepare for them. And most importantly, they train for them.
Exactly. It's like, when people say, why is this happening to me? The mentally strong ones flip it. They go, okay, what is this teaching me? They treat every challenge like a training session. And honestly, if your mind never gets pushed, how do you expect it to grow?
Think about it like the gym. You don't get stronger by lifting feathers. You grow by adding resistance. The burn, the pressure. That's where your strength is built. Life works the same way. It's a mental gym, and every problem is a weight you either lift or collapse under.
And when you flip that switch in your head, where discomfort equals growth, it's a game changer. Because now, instead of running from hard moments, you lean into them. You use them.
Right. And for our English learners, this mindset is everything. If you're only speaking English when you're 100% confident, you're not building anything. But if you speak when you're unsure, when your words stumble, when you feel awkward, that is your mental rep.
Totally. Growth lives in those awkward pauses and forgotten words. It's okay to struggle. In fact, struggling is the proof that you're doing the work. So, don't avoid discomfort. Walk right into it.
All right, so now that your mindset is in the right place, let's talk about the next piece, struggles. And listen, struggles are unavoidable. But the real question is, what do you do with them?
Oof, this part is so real. Because struggles can either burn you or forge you. It depends on how you respond. I always think of fire. It can destroy, or it can create something stronger. That's what struggle is. It's fire. And you either run from it, or you walk through it and come out tougher.
Let's take David Goggins as an example. This guy was overweight, depressed, working a dead-end job. One day, he watches a Navy SEAL documentary, and something just clicks. He decides to turn his life around. But here's the kicker. He has to lose over 100 pounds in 3 months just to qualify for training.
3 months? That's unreal. And instead of saying, this is impossible, he just Went for it. Woke up at 4 a.m., ran miles, trained like a machine. Was it painful? Heck yes. Did he want to quit? Every single day. But he didn't. Because he knew that struggle builds strength.
And now he's one of the toughest endurance athletes in the world. His story proves that your limits, your real limits, are mostly in your head.
For English learners, this applies directly. Every time you freeze mid-sentence, every time you're misunderstood, or you mispronounce something, don't take that as a sign to back off. Take it as a rep. You're lifting through the struggle, and it is building you.
Fail forward. That's the key. Your mistakes are proof that you're in the arena, not watching from the sidelines. Keep going. Speak through the discomfort.
Okay, now let's flip the lens. We've talked about what to build. Now let's talk about what to cut out. Because real strength, it's not just about what you do. It's also about what you stop doing. And there are 3 big habits that quietly eat away at your mental power: complaining, chasing comfort, and making excuses.
Those are dangerous. And they feel harmless at first, right? Like complaining. It feels good in the moment. It's a release. But it does nothing to move you forward. It keeps you focused on the problem, not the solution. And honestly, it's a habit that silently steals your energy.
Right. And comfort is another one. It's addictive. We choose the easier path, the shorter route, the one that demands less from us. But growth? Growth is allergic to comfort. I mean, you don't build a strong body lying on the couch. Same with your mind. Strength lives outside the comfort zone.
And excuses. That's the softest pillow of all. I don't have time. I'm not good at this. I'll start tomorrow. These are phrases that keep you stuck. They feel like truth, but they're actually limitations in disguise.
Especially for English learners. Don't say, "I'm bad at English." Say, "I'm still learning." That one word, still, it's a small shift, but it opens a big door.
Yeah, change your language and you change your path. Speak from where you're going, not where you're stuck. Mentally strong people don't wait for perfect conditions. They create their own momentum.
So if you catch yourself complaining or choosing the easy way out or stacking up excuses, pause. Replace those patterns. Choose action. Choose strength.
Yes. And that brings us to one of my favorite parts, daily habits. Because mental strength, it's not built in a single breakthrough moment. It's built through small, boring, uncomfortable things you do every single day.
Exactly. Mental toughness is not a switch. It's a system. It's showing up when you don't feel like it. Doing things that push you. Things that test your consistency. And yeah, it's uncomfortable. Because it's supposed to be.
Let's throw a few examples out there. Cold showers. Oh man, they are not fun. But that moment when the water hits and your brain screams, "Get out." And you stay, that's discipline. That's control.
Totally. And it's not just about the shower. It's about training yourself to lean into discomfort. Exercise is another one. If your body's weak, your mind tends to follow. But when you move, when you push through physical resistance, you're telling your brain, "I can handle challenge."
And let's not forget meditation. Look, I used to think meditation was just for super calm Zen people. But actually, it's a mental boot camp. You're training focus. You're teaching your brain to breathe instead of react.
Love that. And here's a micro tip for our English learners. Try this. Record a short voice memo in English every day. It can be messy. You can talk about your day, your thoughts, anything. But that tiny habit builds confidence and fluency in ways textbooks can't.
Yes! That's what I mean when I say discipline is your mental armor. People might not see it on the outside, but it's there. And when life throws chaos at you, that armor protects you.
Oof. Now this one hits hard. Because let's be real, we've all lost it. That moment where someone says the wrong thing, or your plans fall apart, and boom, your emotions take over.
Oh, yeah, been there. But here's the thing. Strong minds don't let emotions drive the car. They pause. They breathe. Then they respond.
That pause? That's the magic. It's the tiny space between stimulus and response. Someone insults you. Life surprises you. You feel that rush, anger, fear, stress. And instead of reacting impulsively, you breathe. You count to 5. You regain control.
Because emotions are like waves. They rise, they crash, but they also pass. If you surf them blindly, you get wiped out. But if you learn to swim through them, that's power.
Beautiful metaphor. For our English learners, next time you feel nervous while speaking, pause. Don't rush. Take a deep breath. Slow down your pace. It makes a huge difference, both for your brain and your pronunciation.
Yes, speaking slowly and intentionally under pressure, that's a skill. It's emotional control and language control rolled into one.
All right, time to talk about everyone's least favorite word. Failure. But here's what most people don't realize. Failure isn't the enemy. It's the teacher. And it shows up because it wants to grow you.
Yes, and yet so many people run from it. They hide after they fail, or worse, they let it define them. But the strongest people, they treat failure like feedback. It's basically growth wearing a slightly rude outfit.
Ha! I love that. Failure is feedback dressed in disappointment. It doesn't feel good in the moment, but it's so necessary. Every successful person you admire, they've failed more than most people have even tried.
That's the thing. If you've failed recently, good. That means you're in the game. You're not sitting on the sidelines. You're learning.
And English learners, please hear this. If you mispronounce a word or use the wrong tense, don't freeze. Don't apologize. Smile, correct yourself, and keep going. Own the moment. That's confidence. That's growth.
Yes. Reframe every slip-up as a lesson. When you do that, failure stops being scary. It becomes something you use to level up.
And that leads us right into this next piece. Attitude. Because mental strength isn't just about how you train your mind. It's also about how you show up when life throws a curveball. And trust me, it will throw curveballs.
Every time. Mentally strong people, they don't fall apart when life gets messy. They don't panic. They don't play the victim. They pause, assess, and respond. It's calm in the chaos. It's like they become grounded, even when the ground is shaking.
I love that. It's like being a mountain instead of a leaf. The wind might blow like crazy. Stuff might hit you out of nowhere. But you don't get swept away. You stay rooted. Still. Unshakable.
And it's not about pretending everything's fine. It's about not letting emotions or circumstances control your mindset. You choose your response. That's real strength.
And here's a simple way to start shifting your attitude, especially for English learners. Instead of asking, "Why can't I speak like a native yet?" Ask, "What's one small thing I can do today to speak better?" Boom. That little shift creates forward movement.
Exactly. Don't make it about perfection. Make it about progress. That attitude, that I'll figure it out mindset, is what keeps you growing, no matter how unpredictable life gets.
All right, final point. And honestly, this one is the glue that holds everything together. Ready for it? Discipline beats motivation. Every single time.
Yes. Motivation is great when it's there. Don't get me wrong. But it's like a spark. It gets you excited for a moment. But then it fades. Discipline. That's your firewood. That's what keeps the flame alive even when you're tired, grumpy, or uninspired.
Totally. There are days when you won't feel like doing the workout, or studying English, or working on that thing you said you'd finish. But discipline whispers, do it anyway. And when you listen, that's when things start to shift.
And you don't need to go big. Small daily actions are powerful. Set a fixed English routine. Even just 10 minutes a day adds up. One focused session a day is better than 3 hours once a month.
Right. We overestimate what we can do in a day and underestimate what we can do in a year of daily action. Discipline compounds. It builds habits. And those habits build your future.
So stop waiting for the perfect moment. There isn't one. Start now. Start messy. Start small. Just start and don't stop.
Because once you build discipline, you don't have to chase motivation. You become consistent. And that consistency, that's what makes you unstoppable.
And speaking of building up, Charlotte's here to help you grow your vocabulary too.
Yep. It's time for the vocabulary breakdown. Charlotte's going to explain a few key words and phrases from today's talk. Simple, quick, and super useful.
All right, Charlotte, take it away.
Hey everyone, it's Charlotte. Let's quickly go over some powerful words from today's episode. These are great for both your English and your mindset. Ready? Let's jump in. Chaos, meaning complete confusion or disorder. Example, the classroom turned to chaos when the teacher stepped out. Crumble, meaning to fall apart physically or emotionally. Example, she tried to stay strong but she crumbled under pressure. Void, meaning an empty space or feeling of emptiness. Example, after he moved away, she felt a void in her daily life. Resistance, meaning opposition or pushback. Example, there was strong resistance to the new policy. Collapse, meaning to fall down or break apart suddenly. Example, the building collapsed after the earthquake. Forge, meaning to create or shape something through effort or struggle. Example, they forged a strong friendship over years of teamwork. Endurance, meaning the ability to keep going despite pain or difficulty. Example, running a marathon takes serious endurance. Arena, meaning a place of competition or intense activity. Example, she entered the business arena with big ideas. Sidelines, meaning the edge of activity, being an observer. Example, he watched from the sidelines instead of participating. Armor, meaning protection, either physical or emotional. Example, her confidence acted like emotional armor. Stimulus, meaning something that causes a reaction. Example, loud noises can be a stimulus for anxiety. Impulsive, meaning acting suddenly without thinking. Example, he made an impulsive choice to dye his hair blue. Victim, meaning someone who suffers from harm or unfair treatment. Example, she refused to see herself as a victim and chose to grow. That's it for today. Try using a few of these words in your own sentences this week, and remember, it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we grow. Back to you, Aaron and Evan.
Thank you, Charlotte. Those were spot on. And honestly, if you're listening to this and thinking, I've got a lot to work on, good. That means you're ready.
And hey, if today's episode hit home, don't forget to grab your free PDF from the description to practice today's exercises and key points.
We're so glad you joined us today. Share this episode with someone who needs a little boost, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we've got more coming your way.
Until next time, stay strong, stay consistent, and keep leaping forward.